Thank you. Now we move to our last point, annual tax report. Let me give immediately the floor to the rapporteur, Eva Kaili, for the S&D Group. Eva.
Thank you. I welcome our first exchange of views on the annual taxation report, which has of course gained the momentum after the hearings of last week. Even if political groups have different positions on taxation issues, I am convinced that the majority of us agree that progress could be quicker, more efficient, and to agree that we could have been better, and we can all welcome Pierre Moscovici's encouraging words on the taxation ambitions of the upcoming Commission. Besides, during the hearings, all the commissioners, the ones that we're voting on soon, expressed the need for an agenda transformation, and they proposed steps towards implementation of a more cohesive, integrated, socially and business-friendly economic policy. Let me add that this agenda necessarily includes a shift from a monolithic, strict, monetarist policy, not successful at all until now, I may add, to a more relaxed and investment-friendly monetarist policy accompanied with significant fiscal adjustments and fiscal alignments. We could welcome this new direction without overlooking the almost catastrophic consequences of the delay to adopt it, but neither should we ignore the fact of resistance to change that still remains as a mentality, but hopefully not a majority. The reorientation in our fiscal approach is not possible to be realised without a clear, functional and comprehensive tax policy, which must be fairer, growth-friendly, with respect to the right to own property, with respect to the right to protect basic wages and the right to entrepreneurship. And this necessarily requires a tax regime that shifts the tax burden to protect the weaker of the working population, protect small property owners, and of course the non-productive property, and requires big property owners and big corporate entities to be fairly taxed and proportionally to the wealth they produce and generate. We also need to make our priority to control multinational companies that are tax evading. At the time being, letting the technicalities aside, this is an ethical standard and basis for common taxation that hopefully we can all agree on to start with. Sadly, there are also a set of issues that always appear pending in our taxation report, so we have to keep working on this. It's a signal that we should underscore and not ignore, because tax fraud is, for example, once again on the top of our priorities, along with tax evasion, tax avoidance, aggressive tax planning and tax havens, even inside Europe, and we have to address them efficiently. This will have to remain a strong point in this year's report, and hopefully for the last time, because we need to make significant progress on other important issues too that are already in the pipeline, such as the financial transaction tax, common consolidated corporate-based taxation, energy taxation, automatic exchange of information, country-by-country reporting, and of course banking secrecy. So this is just an indicative set of issues that our colleagues of the previous legislature and now us, we have to follow up and deal with them. And we are here to discuss about these issues and others productively and pragmatically to reach a common position. And I'm very much looking forward to hearing all of my colleagues' inputs on what they find most important to see in this report. And I could remind all of us Pierre Moscovici's again recent statement. He said that we could possibly be the last chance of Europe. It shows how important the timing is, and we should act having that in our mind. So I'm trying to be also very short, because I know we don't have enough time, and there will be plenty of time to talk and debate on these issues. Thank you very much.
Thank you. I can give the floor to the rapporteur for her final remarks.
Well, I think thank you first of all for all the comments. I think we share the same views, and we can be working on all the issues addressed the next months to come, and hopefully in a more effective way as until now, because it's a critical point and we have to address all these issues. Everybody's waiting for this report, and I think we have to make a new policy starting from the Euro Parliament. So thank you, and we'll talk again very, very soon. Thank you.